All right, so what I'm about to talk about is for my true crime fans, my true crime horror story fans, and just my Netflix watchers in general. If you've been paying attention, then you've seen that they just dropped a brand new docu-series about the whole Lyle and Eric Menendez story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is when two teenagers decided that it would be a good idea to murder their rich parents in order to get some inheritance money. They just dropped a whole show about it. It's by the same people who made the Jeffrey Dahmer series, where they covered the murderous serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer from Milwaukee, where was it? Michigan, something like that. But yeah, it's by the same people that made that show. So first things first, I want to give y'all a rundown on all the specifics as to what happened in this story. On August 20th, 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez shot and killed their parents, José and Kitty Menendez, in their Beverly Hills home. The brothers used shotguns and staged the murders to look like a mob hit, but the crime was brutal, with their parents shot multiple times. Now, right off the bat, bro, you gotta think what kind of psychopaths we're dealing with here. And it's even more crazy because of the simple fact that they didn't have this planned out. Like, they had it planned out, but it wasn't planned out completely. Like, they didn't have all, like, to do something like this, bro, to do something like this, and I always say this, you have to have the entire story straight. When I always talk about these criminals and these law and crime videos, I always say, how are you going to do this? But there's no evidence that supports your reason for the murder. Because what they tried to say was that the reason as to why they killed their parents was because of the simple fact that they were being abused sexually, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and all this crazy stuff, right? And it's a very sad story that they put out, you know what I'm saying? Judging by the video, I don't know how accurate the show was to the actual, situation, but from what I've seen, they painted a very, very, very gruesome, very, very disgusting, very crazy picture. Very crazy picture. But the evidence does not support any of that, bro. Like, you mean to tell me your parents was setting you up for life? They was trying to get you into college. They were trying to make sure that you had a nice condo. They were trying to make sure all this stuff. They were trying to make sure that y'all was living it better than them. Living it better than them. But they wanted to kill you, but they hated you, but they abused you. I mean, shoot, they probably did hate him because of the simple fact that they was running the streets, freaking robbing houses, doing this, that, and the third, literally doing any and everything in their power to destroy the family's name. I would be pissed, mad, and want to disown my sons too. I would too. But that's absolutely no reason to result to the gruesome, brutal, and just disgusting murder that these two people committed, and the fact that they were able to walk alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hoping for the death penalty, you know what I'm saying, until I did my research on the actual case, and I found out before I found out on the show that they did come to a mistrial one time, and they saying got just life without parole. But if you ask me, life without parole, they got off, bro. Life without a parole is a get off of what they did and for the reason as to why they did it. They literally did it for absolutely no reason. There was no reason, bro. I don't want to hear what nobody got to say about because literally they faked it all. So all that sexual and all that abuse, bro, all they did was exploit the real pain and the real trauma that those victims, and I know plenty of people that have been a victim of pedophilia, child molestation, abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, all that. I know people that really went through that type of stuff, bro. Really went through that type of stuff. And these are not the guys that went through it, bro. These were not the guys that went through it. And it's crazy. It's crazy that people were still, even after they were found that they was lying throughout the entire thing, even after people found out, they still gave them the privilege to live. But then again, if they died, maybe that would have been a get off too. Because if they died, they no longer have to deal with the consequences of their actions because they're dead. So they've been relieved of everything. They were relieved of all that, all the ghosts. Maybe they would have been condemned to hell. Not no, maybe they would have surely been condemned to hell. But the physical aspect of it would have been taken away. The tangible aspect of it would have been taken away. They wouldn't have had to live through what they did. At least this way, they have to live through what they did. They have to sit in that cold, disgusting, dirty cell and just have the memory, especially Eric with his lame. I hope the way that they depicted Eric in the show is exactly how he was in real life. Because like that, every single time I see him on the show, it's like this dude is just a chump. This dude is just a little punk, bruh. A little punk. That boy was the punky. And how you going? How he gonna be the mastermind of the crime? Turn around and snitch to the what you call it, the therapist. Like what? This is you wanted to do this. How you go? How all of a sudden you having nightmares? You suicidal, want to shoot yourself with a shotgun, but you're the one that wanted to do the crime. It just goes to show you that these were just two dumb kids, that were greedy, wanted to get over on their parents, and they just didn't know how, bro. So they resorted to the one thing that they thought made sense to their young adolescent mind. Their young adolescent delinquent mind. That's the only thing that made sense. We're gonna just kill our parents and we're gonna just, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it out. They was sending letters trying to get people to lie for them, and it's like, dog. That was it, bro. I swear to God, if that is how the trial went when they was up there with the crying and the acting like they was just so sad and so depressed and they just went through so much and all that stuff, bro. That really had me befuddled. Like, bro, if I didn't know better, I would have believed it. I would have sat there like, wow, like this is actually pretty sad. This is actually pretty sad, bro. But I couldn't sit through that episode when they was talking like the interrogation or like the interview episode where he was trying to explain the whole sexual abuse, because they was just saying some crazy stuff in that show. They was saying some of that stuff. I'm just saying, like they put cinnamon in the drink to make the sperm taste better. I'm saying, like, excuse me. I'm sitting here, excuse me. Yeah, I had to cut that episode short. I had to cut straight to the next one because I don't know what they was talking about on that show. I don't know what they saw in the scenes that they were showing. I was on the phone with a girl. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, why all these shows gotta have so much homosexuality in it? Not like there's anything wrong with it. Not like there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Live the life that you live. But I'm watching the show. I'm like, yo, why is everything resorting back to homosexuality? I mean, I guess that's just to depict the life that they had, but at the same time, like, they couldn't stray away from it at all. Like, it was the main subject every single episode. Something had to be gay. Something, like I said, nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like, Jesus Christ. And that scene when the brothers were literally in the shower together, rubbing on each other, and the mom walked in and dropped the laundry. I was sitting there. I literally fell. I fell out. I was like, no. I was like, no. I fell out, bro. I fell down to my knees when the law came. I fell out. I ain't laugh. I ain't do nothing. I just fell. I was in shock. I was in complete shock. But I mean, that right there is all the more reason as to why they murdered their parents. Because of the simple fact that mom walked in on them two committing the worst sin known to man. like, and I'm not saying that being gay is wrong, but showering with your blood brother. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. No, I don't want to hear nobody in the comments defending that right there. That right there, no, no. And I really like how they, and in the show, what I really liked was they didn't focus so much on the Menendez brothers, and they focused kind of more on the fact like they established everything that happened in the beginning of the show, like in the first couple of episodes. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a rundown on who they were, where they're coming from, exactly what they did, how it looked. They like the scene where they killed their parents. Like they went in and they shot them. That was a brutal scene, bro. That was like shows like this, bro. You don't need to be watching around your little brother. You don't need to be watching around your kids. It shows like this right here, parental. And when they say parental discretion is advised, it's advised for real with this one right here. It's advised for real. But back to what I was saying. I like how they didn't focus so much on the Menendez brothers and more on the people that the Menendez brothers affected. You know what I'm saying? Like how they kept on showing the dude I forgot his name, but he was always having those little parties where he would talk to his people, and they were just like gossiping and discussing the trial and stuff like that. The man who lost his daughter because of the um the defense attorney, like that guy right there, bro. Him and Jose Menendez, they deserve their own separate show, bro. I love their characters. They deserve their own separate show. The people that acted as them, y'all did an amazing job. Well, honestly, everybody did an amazing job. The actors that played the Menendez brothers actually made me hate the Menendez brothers. You know what I'm saying? And if you can strike my soul like that and strike my emotions like that, the exact same way that the man that played Jeffrey Dahmer did for me when I watched that show, bro, I gotta take my hat off to you. I would take my beanie off. My hair look crazy. My hair look crazy, but I gotta take my hat off to every single person that acted in that show. And I know 99.9% of that is the directors and the writers and the this, that, and that, and makeup and all that good stuff. But the actors, y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did y'all thing. But yeah, no, I like how they focus more on the people that it affected, because I'm sure that affected a whole lot of people, especially because of the simple fact that there were so many people that were able to jump, or not able to, but that jumped on the bandwagon of supporting these two people because of, or supporting the brothers, because of the simple fact that everybody thought that they actually went through that gruesome and terrible abuse. 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 But if you ask me, bro, I don't see how you can even side with them, bro. I don't see how you can side with, like, I can see how from one standpoint, but bro, maybe it's just because I know better. I think it's just because I know better. That's why. People didn't know better back then, bro. They didn't know better. They just thought, oh, it's two innocent boys that went through this terrible thing, and you know what I'm saying. But if you know everything that happened, and you know why it happened, and you pay attention. Because here's my whole thing: how y'all gonna lead with the we didn't want the money, we just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, defend ourselves from our parents because we thought they were gonna kill us. How y'all gonna use that defense? But right after you committed these murders, y'all went on a shopping spree. Like, what? You committed two double homicides. Not two double homicides, but you committed a double homicide. But it wasn't about the money. You didn't want the money. You didn't care about the money. But you spent $700,000 of it. And then on top of that, you went and you tried to get the will so that nobody else can see it, and try to hide it, try to get rid of it so that no one can see that y'all were taken out of the will, so that y'all can get a piece of that pie. You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad that Kitty Menendez had to be a casualty of this terrible situation, because she literally had nothing to do with this, bro. They wanted their dad's money. Kitty Menendez, she was just there. She just so happened to be their mother. And like I said, man, or I didn't say this, but maybe they did have some other things that played a part in the simple fact that they did kill their parents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were mean. Maybe they did do some things. Maybe they did say some things, this, that, and the third. But if you ask me, bro, they already did enough for you as a parent by setting you up for life. You know how many people would rather be set up for life than have nice parents? You can have nice parents, but if you poor, then y'all just happy in the trap. Y'all just happy in the hood. We just all happy. I got some good parents, but we ain't got no money, so we just struggling. But we happy though. You know how many people would trade nice and loving parents for a mansion in Beverly Hills and new cars and boat rides, going fishing, sharks, and the amazing life that y'all had that y'all threw away for what? Greed? And I know that this is an old case. Ain't nobody even talking about this except for the simple fact that there's a show about it now. But this just made me just think, and I got so much to say about it, bro. I got so much to say about it. I like how they put in like real clips from the show, like how they put in the I think Saturday Night Live clips, or that dude with the big what do you call that, chin? The dude with the big chin. I forgot all their names. This is like literally all that is long ago, but like I like how they put in real media clips from pop culture back in the day to explain how the pop culture and the media in general kind of shifted the public view of the case and kind of shifted, and that's how in that scene when Eric was like, I feel like something shifted. I feel like something's changed. The people, they're not on my side anymore. And he realized that. He was the first person to lose hope because he understood before anybody. He understood before anybody that this isn't gonna go well. This isn't gonna go well. These people, they don't like us anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's most definitely because of the simple fact that, you know, Lyle admitted to lying. And I'm sitting there like when I seen the scene where he was on the phone with the girl, and I'm like, yo, who is this person that he talking to? And then they showed that she was writing down everything that he was saying and recording everything that he was saying. I was like, this dude pillow talking to the feds. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god. And then they said they lost money. They said they lost all the money. And what's even more crazy about it is they killed their parents and then used almost all their parents, not almost, they used all their parents' money that they killed to defend themselves from killing their parents. And the boys were not the boys. I think Eric was definitely smarter than Lyle. Even though Lyle tried to make it seem like he was smarter than Eric, Eric was definitely smarter than Lyle because he was able to come to common sense and realize that they were effed. They were they were screwed over, bro. They were screwed. They like the best possible outcome for them would have been life without parole. But what's I finna say? Uh, Eric. I mean, not Eric. Lyle was so delusional in thinking that this man was gonna get a book written about. I think there was a book written about him. Everything that he was saying was actually like ironically true. There was a show made about him, movies made about him, books, all that good stuff, but it wasn't gonna paint you in a positive light. It wasn't gonna be the movie and the book and everything that you wanted it to be. Nah, and you weren't gonna make no money off it either, cause you weren't gonna be out. You're gonna be still in jail. Cause I don't know what they thought. I don't know what they thought. I don't know what they thought. Like the entire show, I was just saying that like all y'all had to do was not kill y'all parents. It was like what? All y'all had to do was just play it cool. Y'all had life on a silver platter. Literally. Everything. You had everything and you threw it away for what? And maybe that's just my mindset talking. Maybe if I was raised and born in the same conditions and I was born with the same parents and all that, maybe I probably would have had the same mindset they had. But at the same time, I don't even know how you can even come up with the mindset that they had. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you can come up with that mindset to kill your parents. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But that's all I got to say about this video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this show, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think. That show was crazy. That show was crazy. And I want to talk about, before I end the video, I want to talk about what that man said about defense attorneys. He said to defend a person that killed someone and to, win that case, it's almost like killing them twice. And that kind of made me think. And that's right. Not only did you murder this person, but you murdered their chance to get justice for their murder. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that actually defend murderers, serial killers, rapists. They defend these people. And it makes me think, why would you even want to do that? Why would you want to be a defense attorney? If I was to be a defense attorney, I would be a defense attorney for a person that is being wrongfully accused of something. I'm not going to be a defense attorney for someone that clearly did it. No. It's going to go against my morals and my ethics and my code of law. It's going to go against my principles. I'm going to be sitting there. I'm a half butt your defense. I'm going to be sitting here. Look, man, I don't know if he did it or not. if we're being 100%. He say he ain't do it, but hey, we don't know. But I'm just gonna say we didn't do it because he paying me. But yeah, no, I don't know how people can defend the Ted Bundys and the Jeffrey Dahmers and the Menendez brothers and all these disgusting, terrible people. How can you do? You like leave that in the comments, bro. How can people do that and know that they actually did? I can see if they've convinced you that they didn't do anything wrong, but when you know they did something, and you know that the reason behind it was little to nothing, just off pure greed, off pure evil, off pure just destruction and chaos, and when you know that that's just the sole reason as to why they wanted to kill someone because of the simple fact that they're just disgusting, evil human beings, how can you defend that person? That's all I gotta say, though. Till next time, guys. Peace out. Understand that I'm the man with the plan. He wasn't getting the memo, so I had to show him. Make sure that he understand. Had to get down on my knees and pray to the Lord. Asking my God for